Hi and welcome back. And we're on our way to planet number 4. And just before we get there, we've got a store. And I just thought I'd point out that this is the store where you have the option to start getting some good stuff. So I recommend grabbing a couple of these items here. So definitely you want to have a couple anti-gravity units. Definitely the multi-warhead missiles, because they're extremely useful. A couple of super shields are handy. Now, this is the one shop where you can get both of these jet pods. Now, if you've hung around like I said you could on the earlier planets and really racked up your credits, great. And then you should get this jet pod because it's got the highest rate of fire and the best thruster and like the coolest abilities. But I have to say, with the rate of fire that the Italian racing pod has, so because it's an 8-bit system, what happens is you shoot 8 bullets and then they run out. And then you gotta wait for it to reload, and then 8 more bullets come out. But because the rate of fire is so high, you got 8 bullets all at once, like, bleh, right? Now, with this pod, they come out a little bit slower, like, which is quite good. The original pod that we're using, they come out like, which is really, really slow. So, this one has the best rate of fire, to be honest. This one sprays a big volley, like, and so you can kind of strafe with a spread of the bullets, which is nice. But if you for actual just gunning, this one's good. And this is also like the strongest. Well, I guess it's a lot stronger than the original, and almost as strong as this. I actually think they're pretty comparable in thruster strength. But this one is designed for towing, and what it does is it can tow around the warp zones. And so if you don't like the location of one because it's up by the roof, up by the ceiling of a cavern, and you'd rather dangle your stuff into it, then this is a good one to have, because you can just grab those teleport pads and move them into a more desirable location, or even completely out of one cavern and into another if you want. Now, this one here, as we said in the spoiler video, it can fly between those things. Now, on the spoiler video I showed you on Planet Mexomorph that you can do that. However, if you fly into the same one that you come out of, then it takes you to a different one. And on Mexomorph, if you do that, you're going to end up in the wall, and that's game over. You can't get out of the wall. It's literally game over. But any other planet, it will take you between those. It'll go to the next one, and then to the next one, and then back to the first one. So that's kind of important if you want to save on fuel. So remember that when you're buying these jet pods, that's the best fuel saving device, is teleport. And this one is just all around a good jet pod. And we can afford to get this one right now. If we do that though, then we don't have much to spend on the other stuff. But we also can't get this later. So I think we're just going to up and buy it. And you only need to buy one, obviously. And then now with the rest of our stuff, I'm going to get us a super shield. We got a couple of those. We got a couple of those. But we still have a little bit of money to spend. We got 3 of those. I could get 3 more of those. Why don't I do... And how much is this? 500, 500, We'll get one efficient engine. We'll get another multi-warhead missiles. We're gonna call that that. So the gravity's as light as the first planet, but it's a big planet. Like, its diameter's wide, so there's a lot of land to cover. But this one's also a little bit shallow. And we're definitely going to equip our pod on this one, because we really like these multi-warhead missiles here on this planet. Very, very useful. And when we're going on long expeditions, the efficient engines are extremely good. We're going to probably use those later. But for now, we'll just go with some extra protection here. So we can have 3 items. One of these items here on the right-hand side of the bullets. And then the things on the left-hand side of the bullets. So I don't know what the actual distinction is, but there's 3 different things that you can attach to your pod. And here we go with our new pod. I always like the look of this jet pod because it's kind of like, looks like a nose of a bullet. I always think it's kind of a sexy looking pod. I like its very flat bottom compared to the really round sort of early Soviet space pod looking thing we had before. Now we're again going to be doing a lot of slower maneuvering. Just on account of it's safer to maneuver slower. As soon as the enemies start banging you around using their bullets, like if you ever get swarmed, then you'll know. Well, I've got a much nicer looking plume coming out of the rear of this thing. It's much easier to tell if you're thrusting level because of the flat bottom. Because sometimes you don't want to adjust your Y, or sometimes you don't want to adjust your X on your travel axes, and it's good to know that you can put it flat like that and see where you're going a little bit better, or predict where you're gonna end up. I've got shields, I best use them, eh? These super shields are actually very strong. They're actually as good as a weapon. You can destroy things with these shields, unlike your other shields. So the little bits of knowledge in this game like that, you really just have to play it through to experience them. and find them out, and that's why I'm revealing them to you. Because you wouldn't expect things like that out of an old game like this. Something that's that simple. It's unspoken and it's unseen, but it's part of the game. Now, I'm sure that there's a teleport pad nearby. Let's see, I think it's over here. Uh-oh. So I did destroy something using the other shield, but that's simply because my ship hit the thing. But these shields actually cause damage to the enemy. What pushed me away there? There it is. Well, this is where the missiles start coming in handy. Now, the reason I didn't get homing missiles and I got multi-warhead missiles is because you don't have to keep firing these. They can take care of lots of enemies. Which is very handy indeed. That's the other way to save your credits, is don't spend it on junk. Your basic homing missiles are pretty much junk. The only thing that they're good for is if you're really bad at aiming. Even then, they're not especially the most accurate things. They take a few rounds to hit their target. They sort of orbit their target until they hit. And in that, they also expire after a certain amount of time. So, you know, quite often you're spending your weapon energy, which is the bottom bar there underneath the fuel. You'll spend your weapon energy up, and you have no missiles left. And, you know, then you're up the creek. So these things last just as long as the homing missiles do, but once they hit a target, they keep going until the time expires. Whereas the homing missiles will just expire when they hit something. Now, this is one of the few planets that has vegetation. Hello, Mr. Tree. And yes, that is grass, incidentally, the light-colored stuff. Well, that's not good. Those guys are very hostile. Interrupting my work. Busy with the fuel pod here. Oops. Tipped it the wrong way there. Now I'll demonstrate what I was telling you about before. was actually kind of a skillful swing right there. But this is what this pod's ability is. Now these things are incredibly massive. They're incredibly heavy. You can see the momentum is quite ridiculous. If I tried to go fast with this, it will take me into a wall. You can see that? It doesn't like being moved. So I'm just going to put it over here where I know where it is. Well, you thought that was hairy. Just wait, there's gonna be hairy situations. Right, should we take this with us? I think we should make sure we've explored the cavern behind us properly first, before we go any further. Hello, Mr. Fuel. I'll have you. The rate of fire on this gun is so good. Like, compared to the other ones. I'd say this craft is very sort of utility, sort of military, whereas the Italian craft is very much a sports car type craft, where it performs, but it's more of a slick one, you know what I mean? It's more of a cool thing to have. Where this one is very utilitarian. But this is also the largest jet pod by dimension, which can be a disadvantage if you're not very good with maneuvering. Now, what happens when you hit those guys, you hit them and then they generate a star. You see that? And then they fly away off the screen. So they're not dead, right? They actually can be killed, though. They have a certain number of damage that they can take, and they will perish. Same thing with certain limpets that fly. You can shoot them and they won't die, but they'll leave a treasure pod behind. And you shoot them again and they'll leave another treasure pod behind, and so on. But eventually they will perish, like after shooting them so many times. And so the same thing's true for the star dragons, but they usually fly off screen before you get a chance to observe that. So you have to cause them a lot of damage to destroy them. So now I think we've gotten everything out of the the frontal caverns there. And we're going to move on into the secondary caverns. Robot kit. Well, that's wonderful, eh? So now they're going to start ganging up on me. So this, FYI, is a dead end. I know I didn't have to show you that, but a lot of people find it frustrating. There is another dead end cavern in this one. There's not many places in the game that have that sort of situation. Now, a certain distance off camera, your weapons will disappear. The same distance that those enemies firing at me can shoot from. So, like things like these multiple warhead missiles, they can go that far, but they can go off screen and disappear. So you have to be careful. Don't run away from your missiles, because when they go off camera, you've lost them. So let them do their business, and then you can follow. But if you travel away from them, you're going to lose them. Now I'm definitely going to get attacked in this cave here. Best thing to do with those guys is not panic and predict where they're going to go. And if they haven't shot yet, they're going to in that same pattern. It's just a matter of if they think they got a beat on you. Alright, maybe I can get this fuel in there. And we've already got enough fuel, because we only had to collect 2, I believe. So I did tell a lie in the spoiler. I said that there were no other planets with excess fuel. This is one of those planets, and I believe there's another 2, actually. So I think there are 4 planets with excess fuel. Thank goodness for super shields. And this is the second box. The second of 2 boxes of fancy... Oh no, there is a third. I'm sorry, there is a third somewhere. Now that escape was necessary. I'm glad I got teleported back to my ship, because I wasn't quite happy with what was going on there. So we don't have any more super shields, so nuts to super shields. I'm gonna have to buy some more at the next shop, if that's even possible. But for now, I'm gonna have to not be lazy with these enemies, and be a bit more vigilant. Now I've got to fly all the way through here to get back to where I was. And here we are. Second caverns. And here come our friends. You see that when I was firing backwards there, how much of a spread I got, because the bullets are moving at a much slower rate than my craft. Alright, I'm gonna grab my fancy alien items before getting annihilated, hopefully. Go to work. Go to work. Sometimes you have to let yourself get bounced around because there's no other thing you can do. You just have to wait till you stop bouncing, or at least till you're moving slow enough to be able to wrest control again. I want to get out of this cavern because I'm just getting attacked. I don't like getting attacked. Maybe, do I want to take that teleport? Yes, I do. So I'm going to be quick about it. Damn it. Well, so much for that. Oops. Let's try that again. This is actually a challenging planet quite early in the game. Because as you can see, you've got the different the challenge of a different topography, and you know, the challenge of these increasingly hostile aliens, and yeah, it's pretty challenging early on. So it's a steady progression of challenge. When you first play this game, it's ridiculously hard. You're like, how do I even control this bonkers thing? Why would anyone even play this? But I've found that it grows on you quite quickly, especially if you've got a love of rockets and exploration. Right, I'm gonna grab this quick. As quick as you like. And I like it that quick. I like it quicker than that, actually. Take that. Give me this thing. Oh no. I'm not gonna let you have me another time. Well, that's the whole point of trying to get this thing out of here, because I don't want to have to deal with them. There. Now, I still have some of those guys to deal with a couple of times, but at least I'm not gonna have, you know, that much trouble. Right. Now I got this thing in position. to know. And more star dragons. They love me, don't they? They must love me. I want to have a party every time they see me. So now we're dealing with an inverse gravity situation. Because whatever is down here, maybe it's a gas, but it's having an inverse gravitational effect on us, or a buoyancy effect on us. Which is a problem because of those dragons. And as far as these red crystals are concerned, it's a very good thing. Boing. Whoa. Oh, that's nice. Well, I was about to do that anyway, but... So these guys just won't stop attacking, so I just gotta get out of here with this thing. Come on, safety. Now I do not want to lose it to this thing yet, so I'm just gonna move this out of the way. Because the most important and, well, basically the wealthiest item in the game right here because what you can do with this is swing it around your ship and get yourself some credits like that. And each time you do that, you double the amount of credits it spills out. And when you get to 10,000, you get a free life. The problem is, as you're doing this, these guys don't like it, and they come to attack you. So you have to be quite good at nailing them. Because as soon as you let go, then the game is up. So you best be good at avoiding those things. Oh no. Well, the bonus point is though that every time you let go, you have to start from the beginning. And so you can go up to 5,000 credits and let go and then start over. Let's go to a safer place to do this. A little faster too would be helpful. That was close. One up. There we go. Got it. And now I can safely deposit this thing. Whoops. There, now we got the full value out of that. Now as I say, you could get more if you want to just keep trying to wrestle credits out of it, then that's great. So what we're gonna do is go back to our ship because we're low on fuel and we've been running out of items, seeing as how we've been losing our jet pods. So I'm just gonna head back and get ourselves a refueling. Almost hit dead end there. Whoops. Now I'm gonna have to be really careful if I want to get back. So your fuel gets expended as you thrust, as you take damage, but also over the course of time. So every so often, I don't know how long it is. So if you can learn how to thrust without spending too much, I don't think I'm gonna make it. I might. Nope. Nope, because of that bad turn, I didn't make it. Oh well. If I hadn't hit a few obstacles, I might have. Oh well. I think I'm gonna still take some missiles. That's my last pack of missiles. Now, the bullets are different from other items because what happens is you still have your bullets when your jet pod is blown up, because your man can shoot as well. Your EVA suit has a gun, and so the titanium bullet pack and the next upgrade to get for the bullets stay with your EVA suit. So as long as your man doesn't die, then you get to keep those. Now, if you're really, really pedantic, then you might want to go all out with your fuel conservation. If you're a new explorer in this game, that's a great idea. But you should just know, it's a bit like buying fuel for your car. You go, oh, well, I know it's going to take a half a tank for this and about this much. And so you have to estimate which parts of your journey you're going to spend how much fuel. Well, I'll take quite a bit in damage. Well, I'm going to say 50% of my fuel goes to damage if that's the case, or whatever. Or maybe you're quite good at piloting and you don't spend a lot of fuel in transit. So that would increase that amount that goes toward damage. So what happened? I took a crystal home and then my ship blew up because I ran out of fuel. Okay, so the next part that I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna show you the map. So the whole bottom portion horseshoes back and is all in reverse gravity. So the second portion is a little bit interesting. And this is one of my favorite planets for this reason, because it's got this whole other section. There's another one very similar to this that's a lot larger, and that is my favorite planet. This is my second favorite. Let's say that. Just float along a little bit. Get our bearings. Throw out some defensive ordnance here. I know there's a fuel pod right there. Somewhere. Well, I'll find it. That's one of those dead-end caverns up ahead where we got this from. I just didn't want to go any deeper into it. I think the fuel's right there. There it is. Alright, we're very nearly finished this planet. But there's a couple of difficult things left to do. One of those is getting a very valuable pile of gems from this cavern we're right next to. So I'll just show you. So it's a large cavern, it's difficult to predict the walls, and it's full of star dragons. And there's a valuable pile of gems treasure over here. So it's quite a tough little one. the longer you spend here, the more hostiles show up, so it's important to be quick. And I think I've done it without too much difficulty, actually. Without any difficulty at all, really. I usually get swarmed completely. And as I say that, I get swarmed. Okay, come here, gems. Beautiful. And I don't need to be doing that. Oh, let go, thank you. Alright. And off we go to finish this level. So there's not much further to go, but it's down that long tunnel. And here we are. Now, you see that cavern off to the left that goes off the screen? I couldn't tell you if it's possible to get in there or not. I'm going to assume not. There are some parts of this game that are inaccessible. And I think that's for fun. Because some parts that look inaccessible are accessible. Now, hopefully those will take care of... Oh! Please don't kill me. Oh! I'm just gonna get on into there. Wow! This isn't good. Phew, that was close. I think I gotta go all the way back. Oh, yes I do. I have to go back home and get a new pod. Those Dugum Star Dragons is successfully defended. And now I have to navigate that whole tunnel again. Had I taken the Italian pod, I would be able to just teleport quite a ways in there. Dumb. You won't see me do dumb stuff like that very often, but it does happen. That's the beautiful thing about this game, is not having to deal with the hostiles that you've already dealt with. That's neat. I got another fuel canister there. That's just a genuine NES game glitch, but I'll take it. Now I just want straight into that warp. Where is it? Gimme. Ow! Let me in there. Yeah, baby. We are done. And off we go. And then when we get to the next planet, it's a much larger planet. We're going to start dealing with much deeper caverns than we have been so far. And I mastered the candy color cyber zone. And bang, off we go. See you on the next planet.